Hello, everyone. This is Andreas Pop Culture Cut. Today is the latest Andreas Pop Culture Retrospective slash review, and is on Unforgiven, the 1992 classic American revisionist Western film, of course, produced and directed by Clint Eastwood, from screenplay Dave Webb Peoples, I guess. Uh, of course, Eastwood stars William Mundy, a agent outlaw who killed outlaw and killer who takes one more job years after he turned to farming. Now, of course, this is the famous iconic Western film that won four Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director for Eastwood, Best Supporting Actor for the late great Gene Hackman, and of course, Best Film Editing for Joel Cox. Of course, it stars, as I say before, the late great um, Gene Hackman, and of course the late Richard Harris and Morgan Freeman as well. Very eclectic class here. This is my first time experiencing the Forgiven movie. I mean, it's a wonderful experience. It's definitely one of the best Western films I've seen as of late. I mean, it's up there with Clint Eastwood's other work, like The Outlaw, Josie Wells, or The Man with No Name trilogy. It's so fantastic. I mean, it's one of the greatest achievement that Eastwood did as a director slash actor. This grim and dark and yet strangely beautiful story of a former gunslinger is breathtaking. I mean, so just brief synopsis. I guess. Well, no. Let's say this right now. I think this film has such great depth and intrigue about its themes about the moral ambiguity that Heisei prefers the film, which has no easy resolution and no constant clear lines between good and evil. That's something we'll see with our heroes, Will and his friend Nate, of course played by Morgan Freeman. They have clearly done many bad things in their lives. When they come to the big whiskey as hired killers, it's a understandably for just the cause to punish two non-good cowboys who slash a face of the prostitute as why the plot is as it is. Yet, as we know from the beginning, this version of the attack is purported to Will and Ned is highly and I say grotesquely exaggerated. While the cowboy essentially should have been punished, we may legitimately wonder if death is a punishment that fits the crime. The accident of the death of the younger of the two cowboys who didn't do the slashing clearly felt bad about what his partner had done. Certainly doesn't look like justice. I mean, wow. Never in my life I saw that in a cowboy movie. I mean, we always drawn the line between good and evil. But then what really adds, we have an incredible villain here in this film. Of course, the late great Gene Hackman is always fantastic. He delivers one of his best performances in his career as Little Bill. It's not just a villain. He's a sheriff determined to preserve law and order in the big whiskey town. One can blame him for wanting to keep pay assassins out, but in a violent society, there was no way he could do his job without using violence. Unfortunately, he also takes I say, it's ascetic pleasure in his brutality, even though he always seems to want peaceful, quiet life in the house that he's building during the film we see here. Very interesting contrasting there. And then, of course, you got the ending, which is kind of ridiculous because it's Manny's heroics in the gun-blazing climax undercut the film's purpose of dismantling the mystique of the old West and its gunfires. But the truth is, Unforgiven is both a homage to and deconstruction, a deconstruction of that mystique. While Manny or Will, Will, yeah, that's his first name. My friend it's also Will, but anyway, but I say it, Will acquires almost a mythic stature in that scene. His actions are still mortally shady, and his exchange with the dirty, I say, author that was writing the Richard Harris characters, like, but actually quickly dispels the romance era of Western. What's more, his rise to heroism can also be seen as a fall from grace and reversion to or reverse into his old ways as a killer outlaw. Now, I guess any last thoughts I could say for this? I mean, I do agree. I think it's one of the greatest westerns ever made. I think that's definitely true. Essentially, although the fact is that western is really secondary. It's the truth is the tale of the nature of evil and the nature of man. Eastwood uses the gap between the western myth and reality as a to play out his story and does so with as a consummated style. So I think that's all I have to say about Unforgiven. Thank you everyone for joining me to my review on Unforgiven. I hope you guys enjoyed this. There'll be more Retrospective such review very soon. Ciao.